welcome to our baking session today. We are going to be making some golden delicious flapjacks. Now I've already got my oven preheating at about 180 degrees, and in my pan on the stove I've got 125 grams of butter or margarine, and I have 4 tablespoons of golden syrup in there already, and it's slowly starting to melt. And to that mixture I'm going to add 100 grams of soft brown sugar. Now the sugar and the golden syrup, when they start to melt and mix with butter, that's what makes it lovely and sweet, but it's also what makes it sticky, and that's what's going to bind our oats together so that when we put them into the oven they bake as one and they become a nice solid flapjack. But they sweeten it up and they make it nice and chewy and sticky, and we're starting to melt down now. This is a really nice and simple recipe, so it should be easy enough for you to make at home, although you might need to get an adult or two to help you. You'll certainly be able to find one or two to help you try your flapjacks afterwards. And it doesn't take too many ingredients, so these might all be things that you already have in and around your house. Now my butter, sugar and syrup are starting to come together, so you get a nice runny consistency through it. I'll just give it another little minute. And I'm stirring all the time because I don't want it to stick or burn, but I've also not got it at a tremendously high heat to help reduce that chance of it burning as well. It's all mixed together, it's all nice and liquid, nice and golden. Just running off my spoon, so I'm probably ready now to take it off the heat and to add my oats to the mixture. Now I've got 200 grams of oats. These are just normal porridge oats, so we're just going to carefully tip them in and try not to spill them everywhere. And you need to mix this really thoroughly because you want to coat all your oats, which are really quite dry, in that lovely sticky butter, syrup, sugar mixture you had in your pan. And it's slowly coming together. Keep mixing, keep moving it about because you want it all to be coated. You don't want any pockets of dry oats hidden away in the middle. Coat it all up really nicely. Now this next ingredient is optional, you don't have to add it if you don't like them, but I've got 40 grams of raisins and I'm going to add those to my oat mix. I'm just going to fill them through 40 grams, or if I steal a couple, we've got 39 grams now. And again, I'm mixing these right through because I want there to be raisins in all the different parts of my flapjack. Once it's all mixed together, you need to get your baking sheet, and I put some greaseproof paper in mine to make it easier to lift out, and I will just take another little spoon to help me scoop here, and all you have to do is scoop your mixture out onto your baking sheet. Off the spoon, and with the back of my 2 spoons I'm just going to slowly press this down. My baking sheet is quite large, so I'm not going to push it all the way to the edges because I don't want it to be that thin, but I also want to keep pushing out because I don't want it to be that thick in the middle. You really just want it to be a couple of centimetres thick. If it's too thick, it'll cook at different rates and you'll get really hard, crispy, burnt bits at the edges and the sides, and you'll end up with raw oats in the middle. So you want to be nice and consistent all the way across, so it cooks nice and evenly. Now, as you can see, I've not gone all the way to the edges, but that is probably thin enough So my oven's already preheated. It's at 180 degrees. And all I have to do now is put my flapjack sheet into the oven. And I'm going to leave that for about 25 to 30 minutes until they've all gone golden and caramel and are lovely and crispy and brown. Just like these ones, which I made slightly earlier. Now what you do is once you take them out of the tray, leave them in the tray to let them start to set a little bit, but if you cut them then it'll be easier to break them up once they've gone nice and cold. And then you'll have some lovely flapjacks. I hope you've enjoyed our baking session today. Hopefully you'll be back next week to try and bake something else. And you can join in with our arts and crafts, our book bug, our colouring in and our young historians clubs every day of the week. But for me just now, I'm going to say goodbye and hopefully see you next week. Bye!